but to be like, yo, I've actually really dealt with these things, and the lifestyle shifts I've made have significantly helped me beyond my wildest dreams. I want that for you too, and it's so real and so possible. Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot heal yourself. You can. My name is Allie Maglio. I am a mom to a 2-year-old little girl. I am a public school teacher. I teach high school English. I'm married to my lovely husband, Nick. I'm a certified yoga instructor. I'm an avid meditator. I'm a writer, and I'm a goofball. What else am I? Just a normal girl. Yeah. I decided to make a video talking about the supplements I take every day. My hope is that I can shed some light on things that have helped me heal. I can't even, when I say heal, it sounds like maybe just, I got back to baseline, but I feel happier and healthier than I ever have, at least in my memory in my life. And I just want that for other people. I do want to start to support myself and my family with this channel, but I also want to provide a lot of information and resources and just be as open as I can, because I think all people should have access to this information. I'm grateful that I came across it and have found things that have helped me and leave me feeling happy and healthy and good in my body. Something that I want to share about taking supplements, changing your lifestyle, changing what you eat. And it's probably unfortunate to hear, but it does take time. You're not going to take one of these supplements and immediately all your problems are solved. That is just not reality. And I would also say that when it comes to supplementation, I don't think that you can have an unhealthy lifestyle, take supplements, and expect the same results. It does take time. I would also say too, I am very, not to sound pompous, but I'm very in touch with my body. I've gained that insight over practicing yoga for 15 years and learned TM 10 years ago. I've been meditating every single day for at least 40 minutes for 3 years. This takes time. Unfortunately, unless your body's screaming at you, a lot of us have a hard time making a shift until we're in crisis. I am here to today show you every supplement I take every day. I'm not sponsored by any of these brands. I'm not a doctor, and you should 100, 150, 250, 1,000% consult your doctor before adding anything new to your regimen, especially if you're taking other medications. Super important. An older me would have been like, whatever, I don't care. That older me who was like, whatever, don't care, also his body felt like it was on fire. So maybe lesson learned. You should care. A little bit more backstory about how I started on the supplement journey. Now, I just never considered how certain foods or things I was putting in my body were really affecting how I felt. I, from a young age, struggled with anxiety. I would say its origins were in when I moved from New Jersey to Arkansas. Such a culture shock and shift. Making new friends, leaving the friends I had. Even though I was super young, it was still challenging for me. Then all through high school, struggled with anxiety. Never really thought about though, how what I was putting in my body might be contributing or could possibly help with that anxiety. I was young, care so much about fitting in and just doing what everyone else is doing that when it comes to thinking about a healthy lifestyle or what you're eating, not so much. So anyways, then, went to college. I would say my anxiety was still not great. I feel like everyone would probably be like, oh yeah, I went through the same thing. That's both comforting and looking back, a little alarming. It's like, why are so many people struggling with symptoms of anxiety and depression at such a young age? Different people have different life experiences that can be contributing, and I went through some challenging things that, in retrospect, 100% attributed to what I was experiencing in my mind and my body around my mental health and anxiety. It is interesting that so many of us are struggling with the same issues. Maybe there is something that could shift and change that would help us beyond taking an antidepressant. Full transparency, take an antidepressant. When I'm sharing these supplements with you today, I'm not suggesting in any way, shape, or form that you stop taking the medications you're taking, that you're wrong for taking the medications you're taking, that your experiences and, emotional experience and things you've been through, that those don't matter. That's not my point at all. I have had a lot of my own struggles to overcome in life. I don't think we need to share all our ish for our stories to be valid. And so, yeah, I'm just gonna keep that for me. High school, college, went to graduate school. After graduate school, graduate school was a super, super happy time in my life. I traveled to Europe, backpacked for 6 weeks one summer. I learned transcendental meditation in Baltimore and reunited with one of my childhood best friends from New Jersey, and that was super special. I met my husband, so that was super special. Just a really good time. But after I graduated from grad school and went into the workforce, just had like this deep sense of unease. I wasn't happy in my first job at all. It was a desk job, and I was like, what actually is this? When people tell me I'm crazy for teaching high school, I'm like, you're crazy for sitting at a desk, because you'll get to know me. I can talk a lot. I'm super extroverted. And so that wasn't good for me. Teaching school is really good for me. During that time, I was not eating well. I was drinking a lot. I wouldn't say I had a drinking problem, although truly I would say a lot of Americans have a drinking problem. So it's possible I had a drinking problem. It's just so normalized that wouldn't call it that in comparison to like, that's just normal in our culture. Looking back, it was definitely something I was relying on in terms of stress relief, and that was super unhealthy for me. I was with my husband, we were going out a lot with friends, eating a lot of unhealthy foods, stress. Then my second job in public education, I was driving freaking 45 minutes to the high school I was working at and back. It was not good for me. During my first trimester, my anxiety went through the roof. Beyond just feeling worried, I was feeling a lot of pain in my body, inflammation, pretty extreme. It was hard to sleep. Probably the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life. Saying that a while back, I probably would have been tearing up. I'm not right now. I just smiled while saying it, but that's not because it wasn't hard or it was very challenging. I've learned so much from it, and oddly enough, I am thankful for the experience because it brought me my daughter, who has changed my life. That'll get me to tear up. So anyways, that first trimester, I was just like, I have to figure this out. I have to figure it out because I'm in so much pain. I can't stand it. And I also have to figure it out because I have a baby in my stomach. I had to figure it out for her. So it was a ton of motivation. I was bringing a baby into the world. And if children don't motivate you to fix your life, yeah. So anyways, I was reading a bunch online, looking at YouTube videos, trying to find stuff that might help me. The first doctor I saw that was going to deliver my baby, I switched doctors, did not end up delivering my baby. But that first doctor I saw when I was sharing my symptoms, she was like, I had been looking online and reading about supplements and things that might help cool my body down, ease some of my anxiety, soothe some of that inflammation. I was going to the chiropractor, which is a huge recommendation I have for anyone, but especially pregnant women or preparing for baby. One of the chiropractors at the clinic I was going to suggested topical magnesium. At the time, that my inflammation was so bad that that didn't really help. But now, yes, topical magnesium helps me a lot. And Epsom salt baths, which has magnesium in salts. I was asking my doctor who's gonna deliver my baby if I could take magnesium supplements, and she was saying no. She was new, like literally her first year out of residency. I had been off any kind of anti-anxiety medicine, and she put me back on Ativan and said no, I could not take magnesium. So that was wild in retrospect. But anyways, I started taking it. I was reading about it. It's a nutrient. There's no way it's going to harm my baby more than this anti-anxiety medicine is. So I started taking it, and the help it was providing me was kind of unbelievable to me at first. It did not eradicate all my symptoms. I still struggle with symptoms of inflammation from time to time. I'm very healthy now. Don't drink. I don't eat any gluten. Oh yeah, so that was the other thing. I completely stopped eating gluten. I remember one day I was teaching. At the time, that was the hardest thing I did, teaching and being in that much pain during my pregnancy. But honestly, it was also something that got me through that hard time because it forced me to go into a mode where I wasn't like thinking about my pain. And not that that's always a good thing to ignore your pain by any means. I'm not condoning that, but it gave me such a new hope for kids, teenagers specifically. I teach high school. They were so kind and loving to me that year. That'll get me crying because I was some of those kids as seniors this year, and so like I had them as sophomores. I am seniors, so it's really, really special. Can you tell I love my job? After I had my daughter, I was still struggling with inflammation and anxiety. I was so happy. I don't think I've ever been in a more blissful state than after having my daughter. I was literally on cloud 9, but I was also still having a lot of pain. It's weird how those two things can exist at once. We're so all or nothing in our society, and it's like, no, you can be in pain and be anxious and also be super happy. They're not mutually exclusive. Anyways, I have a friend who was struggling with some of the same issues as me. I was thinking, if I have another baby, I do not want to go through the same thing again. So I found and started seeing an integrative medicine doctor in Jefferson City, Missouri. And the woman I see, Dr. Julie Link, she is certified in functional and she's a PA, and her dad, who started the practice, is an MD and certified functional medicine doctor. So anyways, a lot of these supplements I take, I attribute to Julie. She put me on this regimen, and over time I've started feeling better and better. Some days where I struggle, I still have some anxiety, specifically around my period, which, friends, why is no one talking about that more? Maybe they are. Why was no one talking about it when I was a kid? Like, help. One thing that has helped me with that is that it's so normal. It's so normal to be emotional during your period. So like, hating on yourself for being emotional during your period is just gonna compound that you're already emotional. So let's just accept it. Also, I am a proponent that women should not have to work when they're on their period. Is that crazy? I don't think so. Yeah, that was a really long story. Some people probably just want to hear and see what I take and don't care as much about the backstory or all the scientific information either. So I'll link everything that I share in this video in the description. Some of the supplements I could not find online because I order them directly from my integrative doctor. They have a little supplement shop, really a health food shop. I forgot to bring one thing in here. I'm gonna have to go get it. Some of them I've put on an Amazon list that you can see directly with the links. I wrote this down in a notebook, and I feel like it's just gonna be more authentic and coherent if I look at my notes rather than trying to memorize what I wrote down to sound super scripted, so I'm gonna grab that. And I think I'll probably hold them up, or maybe I'll do a pan over of it. That's what I'll probably do. But I do have them all right here. This basket sits on our kitchen counter, and some of the stuff we keep in here, and then some of the stuff I keep in our medicine cabinet in our bathroom. Okay, so this is what I am currently taking every single day. I have been consistent with all these. There is another one that I'm supposed to, or have my doctor told me to take, that is a women's multi prenatal vitamin. That's a good one too, but I'm not going to talk about it because I'm not currently taking it, and I wanted to keep this genuine to what I'm actually doing today. Okay, so the first one, it's called Mood Stasis, and it is from a brand Designs for Health. Instead of just reading off the back, I took some notes on it. A lot of this stuff, just from speaking with my doctor and doing my own research. In mood stasis, there is saffron, selenium, forms of B12, and folate. I think what makes mood stasis an amazing supplement is that it has saffron in it. A way saffron was first described to me is like a natural Adderall without any of the side effects. If you've ever taken a stimulant like Adderall or Ritalin and felt that super edgy raciness associated with the focus, saffron does not create any of that experience, and it's also non-habit forming. I can tell when I haven't taken it, my mood's not as elevated, my focus maybe not as good, but I don't feel any kind of drastic shift. I was prescribed Ritalin for a while. I did not like it. I'm not a huge proponent, even as a public school teacher, of kids taking stimulants for ADHD until their diet, lifestyle, and their time spent on their phone, on video games is addressed first. Yeah, I just, having my own children, being in the public school system where I see kids of all different abilities, different ages, different backgrounds, I just really think that we need to, in our American healthcare system, be doing a better job of looking at the whole picture and not just prescribing drugs like Adderall and Ritalin to fix problems that might actually become bigger problems from these drugs. Saffron is an herb used a lot in Ayurveda. Ayurveda is an ancient healthcare approach, holistic. I feel like that term is thrown around so much now. Really, a holistic approach is rooted in Ayurveda medicine. I am not Ayurveda certified, but I am yoga certified, and we did learn a lot about Ayurveda. Is made up of two Sanskrit words, the first meaning life and the second meaning knowledge or science. So translating to life science. And really it does encapture all of human life. If you're interested in learning more about it, I am planning to make so many videos, so I will make a video about it eventually. Saffron is a spice that can be used in food. I guess we could also say it's an herb. Saffron is an herb. And it's used for treating mood, anxiety, depression. It's considered a warming herb with calming effect. It helps me focus. I love mood stasis. Selenium, probably pronouncing that wrong, but I wrote down mood enhancing plant believed to act as a serotonin uptake inhibitor, similar to antidepressants, reuptake inhibitor. It also has B12. B12 is good for maintaining health of nerve cells and producing red blood cells. The B12 that is in mood stasis is methylated, which means it's already activated, so the body doesn't have to do the work to transform it into something that can be absorbed. It's much easier for the bloodstream to absorb it. So methylated B12 and also methylated folate. Folate is widely known for being in a prenatal vitamin. It's crucial for brain health and the production of serotonin. So that is mood stasis. Saffron, selenium, methylated B12, and methylated folate, all in a capsule. The next one is L-theanine. L-theanine is an amino acid found in green tea. It increases GABA and serotonin. It produces alpha, which are associated with wakeful relaxation. The meditation I practice, TM, also produces alpha brainwaves. I think that's cool. My integrative doctor told me to take L-theanine. You can take it in the morning, but also in moments where you are feeling stressed or know that you're going to be in a stressful situation. Another cool thing about L-theanine is that it provides focus when paired with caffeine. It's derived from green tea, which is caffeinated. Taking L-theanine and also ingesting caffeine provides like a smoother, more steady focus versus like the jittery you might feel just taking caffeine. Most people do not take caffeine, they drink it. Coffee does inflame me. I shouldn't even say a little bit. It does inflame me, and I'm telling you, it's the one thing I still drink. Like, honestly, I've had no issue cutting other things, but I freaking love coffee so much. Okay, and L-theanine also produces health of new brain cells. NAC. This one I've taken on and off, but seriously, I can tell a difference in my inflammation and how relaxed my body feels. I struggle with inflammation. My body definitely feels more relaxed. TMI, but I feel like it also helps me with constipation, which is something that I struggle with. NAC is an antioxidant support, and it helps reduce oxidative stress. I was trying to do some research on what exactly is oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is internal, but external factors, emotional experiences do affect your oxidative stress levels. Oh, NAC also is detoxification of the liver. I'm not like super knowledgeable about the liver, besides I know like in Chinese medicine, it's associated with anger. I'm super into Chinese medicine, but I'm not certified. I only know what I've learned through doing acupuncture myself. I do acupuncture. I was doing it pretty much weekly. I might go back to bi-weekly, but I love it. It detoxes the liver because it breaks down heavy metals and toxins and any kind of like unhealthy foods you're putting into your body. It helps with mood, anxiety, and depression and OCD, which I can't believe I'm saying this aloud because I'm like been like chronically embarrassed of it, but I have struggled with OCD myself. Guys, I feel like most people these days are just so open about being like, I have anxiety, I have OCD, and I'm just not like that at all. I guess like I just want to share it to like never ask for like sympathy or anything, but to be like, yo, I've actually really dealt with these things, and the lifestyle shifts I've made have significantly helped me beyond my wildest dreams. I want that for you too. And it's so real and so possible. Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot heal yourself. You can. Now I'm saying that, I'm like, well, someone's gonna be like, but I have this thing, and like, yeah, obviously, I don't know. That's maybe for a more spiritual conversation. I don't want to dismiss anyone. If you know something I don't know, or you want to enlighten me about something that you feel like I'm not including or being fully aware of, then you're more than welcome to tell me. I like to think of myself as someone who can take feedback and is always willing to learn. Okay, I said that mood stasis was my favorite one, but I feel like magnesium has just been such a game changer that maybe I was lying. No, I do love mood stasis, but I would say magnesium is an absolute essential part of me feeling my best, healthiest. Yeah. Okay, so this is a really not great example because I don't love this magnesium. I think this is from Aldi. And this is mostly magnesium oxide. Does it have citrate in it? It's important to be aware of what strand of magnesium you're purchasing or taking, because magnesium can also function as a laxative, which is great if you're constipated, but if you take too much, it can really upset your stomach. I've taken too much. It's not, you're gonna have to go to the hospital. I've taken too much, as in a little bit too much, that it upset my stomach, but it wasn't the end of the world. Just know that and be careful. I think this is so cool. I'm super nerdy. I did like chemistry in high school a lot, but I went to college for English and grad school for English, and that's what I teach. Lately, I've been getting more into science, which is really fun. What I think is so cool is that magnesium exists. It's a mineral in our Earth's crust. It excites me and is awe-inspiring when I think about how intertwined humans are with our natural world, and how it's so funny that we think of ourselves as like separate or beyond it all the time, but like literally something that was missing in my nutrients that has helped me so much is a natural occurring mineral that comes from our earth. Plants grow up from the earth and have magnesium in them, and then we eat the plants. You can find magnesium in leafy greens, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, fish like salmon, bananas, and avocados. A lot of these things you can get from eating a nutrient-dense diet. At least for me, and I think for a lot of Americans. I don't have a chef who's going to cook for me all the time. I'm a mom to a 2-year-old. I am a public school teacher. We cook from home. When I tell people how much we cook, they're shocked. I feel my family's in a place where we're not getting all the nutrients we need just from the way we're cooking. It's hard to eat super nutrient dense food every day, and it's also expensive. That's why we supplement, right? So you can get it in those foods. In addition to it being in the earth's crust, you can get magnesium from water, like natural spring water, but so much of our water is stripped of its natural minerals to be clean drinking water. When they clean water, a lot of those minerals are taken out. Another thing you might do is remineralize your water. So I use trace minerals. I don't use this every single day, but I try to put it in my drinks when I remember. So what is in this? Magnesium, 250 milligrams, sodium, potassium, sulfate, lithium, and boron. I was once on lithium for mental health and find it interesting. Another thing I want to show, I feel every person, their cousin and their Instagram bestie influencer is talking about element. I am not my element, but I want to show it anyways. My name is Allie Maglio. I am a mom to a 2-year-old little girl. I am a public school teacher. I teach high school English. I'm married to my lovely husband, Nick. I'm a certified yoga instructor. I'm an avid meditator. I'm a writer, and I'm a goofball. What else am I? Just a normal girl. Yeah. Okay. I have a whole box, but I just brought a packet of Element, and it's an electrolyte mix. It has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. I drink one of these every single day. At least one. Like, I did hot yoga this morning, and so I drank one before I left, and then I drank one as I was practicing because I was sweating so much. Wanted to make sure I'm getting enough electrolytes. I am not sponsored by these peeps, although that would be so awesome. Right now, my chiropractor, I'm not going to him currently, but Nick goes. Dr. Taylor at Restoration in Columbia, Missouri, they sell these at their office. And so Nick just gets a box during his weekly appointment with the chiropractor. Nick, my husband. I started doing salts in my water with pink Himalayan salt maybe like 6 years ago. because a yoga instructor I had at the time who was into Ayurveda suggested it. And one of my acupuncturists, Stefan, he also suggested for good electrolytes, just doing high grade pink Himalayan salt and water. But I enjoy Element. It's tasty. It's just organized. You know, you get the dose. So yeah, it's really good. I'm gonna take another sip of coffee. Okay, I have 2 left. Guys, I have so many other recs, like so many. I need to split this up because I'm already kind of losing it from talking so much. And it's a lot of information to take in. But let's finish with the last 2 I have. Oh, I didn't really say what magnesium helps with. Did I even write that down? Oh boy, what does it help me with? Anxiety, relaxation, constipation, nerve pain, joint pain, cooling me down when I'm inflamed. Did I say it helps with constipation? Mood, elevating my mood, all the things. It is a gift from this earth. Omega-3s. This is Metagenetics brand. I'll put them in the description. Well, I feel like taking fish oil or biotin for me started probably in high school when it was like, oh, it'll help your hair and nails grow after we like frying our hair with straight irons, you know, and teasing it. It was like, okay, well, I'm going to take biotin to help that stuff grow back. It's also really good for brain health and reducing inflammation. Like I was saying earlier, when I eat fish, I'm so aware of my body now that I can feel it cooling down my inflammation. Same with just taking it in a supplement form. You can also find omega-3s in things like nuts, chia seeds. I've noticed that my hair and my nails grow super fast. Helps with hair and nail growth and reduces my inflammation. The last one I'm going to share is this powder I've been taking, inositol plus with DC inositol folate and B12 by BioClinic Naturals. Supports ovarian and reproductive system function. This one's essentially hormone balancing is why I take it. But it also helps with brain function and neurotransmitters. I don't have PCOS, but I was reading more about this online. This is a brand that some people use who struggle with PCOS. It helps balance testosterone, estrogen, insulin. Yeah, it also has folate in it. And B12. B12 is good for nerve function, red blood cells, boosts energy, reduces fatigue, helps with serotonin and dopamine. Low levels of B12 have been linked with mood disorders. I was reading one time when I was at my integrative doctor's office, just like sitting in the waiting room. They have like a library of books, and I was reading one that was talking about how people who were struggling with chronic illness, they were finding a lot of vitamin B deficiencies in them. Oh yeah, and B12 also helps digestion. We all want that, right? Especially in our 30s, postpartum 30s, pregnant 30s. Truly, guys, I feel such a difference when I am taking supplements, and I love this current regimen that I'm on. This is just from my own experience, so please know that I am just one individual person. I exist in my body and mind and am in tune with and know what helps me. Everyone's so different. This might be something that you inquire with your doctor about. You can get these supplements. They don't need to be prescribed to you by a doctor to purchase them, but still be important to talk with your doctor. What else did I want to say? Like some disclaimers. I still do take an antidepressant, so I'm not going to sit here and argue that like in just a second this is a cure-all. I am like kind of working through my thoughts on antidepressants and psychiatric medications myself, and I don't have a fully formed opinion. I know that it helps me. So this is not me saying to stop taking psychiatric medication if it's helping you and that's what your doctor has prescribed. This is me saying that there are a lot of lifestyle things that you can shift to elevate your mood, health, energy, mindset in your life. And you know, it's not just gonna be like one supplement that'll change every single thing. Or I don't know, I wouldn't even argue that meditation on its own would change every single thing if you're still eating unhealthy and there's underlying physical health causes in your body. Meditation's definitely given me the motivation and inspiration to heal and make changes in other areas of my life, but I don't think it can, like, there is never just like one thing. Maybe I could get like a little hokey and spiritual and say the one thing that will change your life is you. You are the only person who can control what you put in your body, the lifestyle choices you make. I also wanted to say I eat a pretty anti-inflammatory diet. I do not eat much processed sugar. I don't eat really any prepackaged food unless it's certified organic. I don't eat any gluten. I haven't had any gluten in the past 3 years. I meditate 20 minutes twice a day, and I do regular acupuncture. I practice yoga. I walk. This is not me being pompous, or maybe it is. No, I don't. So much goes into this. The supplements are just one piece of the puzzle. I put on here to describe what integrative medicine is. Just a combination of conventional Western medicine and functional medicine. I love seeing an integrative doctor because my doctor doesn't exclude that Western medicine has provided a lot of beneficial things for a lot of people and does have some answers, especially when someone is in crisis with their health. But there's also this functional side that tries to get to root cause and do that more so through lifestyle, what you're eating, the choices you're making in your everyday life. I didn't introduce myself at the beginning. I feel a little bit more natural now that I've been talking for a long time. My name is Allie Maglio. I am a mom to a 2-year-old little girl. I am a public school teacher. I teach high school English. I'm married to my lovely husband, Nick. I'm a certified yoga instructor. I'm an avid meditator. I'm a writer, and I'm a goofball. Well, what else am I? Just a normal girl. Yeah. Anyways, I'm here making videos about how to navigate this wild human experience and offering some real perspectives from mom in the Midwest. Yeah. Just here to make people smile, make myself smile by processing through talking to a camera. I have been loving doing YouTube so much. So if you are watching me and you've been wanting to start, you should absolutely do it. There's no reason not to. It's been lovely and great. And whoever's watching, I am thankful for you. More soon.